Just making sure you're still there.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I just was afraid I lost my connection or something.
No, you're good. And if you fall asleep, I'll find a way to wake you up.
Okay.
Actually start to slowly come out of this one now.
Okay. It's
Over your,
very comfortable. I
yeah,
could fall asleep like that.
you do, it's okay. I mean, it takes a lot of work to be under stress, you know, our bodies,
Yeah,
a lot of
it
energy.
does.
Yeah, okay, so for the next one, we're gonna do our side stretches. So it's gonna be the same bolster roll up, and then you're gonna take your other pillow and have that handy. So this one is gonna go on our ribs. If you have to re-roll it to make it tight again, you can do that, since laying on it probably flattened it out a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks pretty good.
We'll tighten it a little.
Yeah. And then you can put your pillow on top of it. Put one pillow on top of the bolster. Yep, that's just to make it a little bit higher. And then you have another pillow, right?
Yeah, a little one.
Just keep that one handy, because you're going to use that one between your knees. Okay. And if this height for you ends up being too much, you can always remove the pillow. But basically, we're going to be on our side, whatever side you're on your left side, right? Okay.
I'm on my right now.
The bolster with at the bottom of the ribs, and you're going to have your elbows bent, and basically you're going to just kind of stack your elbows, like, you know, have your elbows bent with your hands behind your head, and then the other pillow will go between the knees. You can slip that between the knees, and you can even, if you're more comfortable with your head on the floor, you can always just use the weight of your, you know, your bottom hand to pull the arm down, or you can, or you know, you can use your other blanket under your pillow. So however your head is comfortable. But we definitely want that top arm assisting in lengthening the left side of the body. So even if it's just straight across the top of the head, that works too. Are you good?
Yeah.
Okay, so imagine while you're lying here, you can go ahead and close the eyes and start to settle into this pose. Each time you inhale, see if you can just kind of focus on that rise and fall of your top ribs, the side of the body that's lengthening. You can send your breath to that area just to create space. And then feel the body soften as you exhale, knowing that you're helping still the mind and release the body, reducing your anxiety, and regulating all things going on right now. And just keep that slow, steady breath. And we'll stay here for a little bit. Go ahead and start to breathe deeply. And we want to be careful so that we can keep the nervous system at a balanced level and come out of these postures very slowly. And just to remember that, so you can start by bringing the arms down. And slowly removing the pillow between the knees. And then press yourself up, and we'll slowly make our way to the other side. Do you notice that one side of your body feels longer than the other, maybe?
Yeah.
That happens. One of our lungs ends up feeling more stretched out than the other before we balance it out. Okay, good. And are you feeling a good opening in the right side and the top of the body with that height?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
So then go ahead and place your arms where they're comfortable. Yep, have the pillow. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, start to soften the body, resting into this posture. Noticing where you're holding on and release in those areas, whether it's the muscles in the face or the feet. And focus on bringing that space and that breath to the top ribs that are lengthening for this side. Deepen your breath back into the belly and the chest. And then slowly begin to make your way out of this pose, bringing the arms down first. Pausing, taking the pillow out between the knees. And then taking your time, making your way back to a seated position. So for the next one, we're actually not going to use anything unless you want to actually we will use the blanket. So go ahead and unroll your blanket. And I want you to watch me in this camera for a minute. So you'll just roll it until there's a little bit of a roll here for your neck. And then you're going to bring it towards the wall. We're going to do legs up the wall. And even though I know I'm kind of far away in that camera, I just want you to be able to see what the legs will look like. Have you done legs up the wall together before?
I think one time, a long time ago.
We're going to spend, we won't be, because you will feel the tinglies happening in your legs. This is one of the most beneficial restorative poses that you can do just on your own every day. But when your legs, we'll spend a few minutes with the legs up, and then I'll give you an option to bring them down. So you won't be up there the whole time. So when you do start to feel those sensations, know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel.
Okay.
Too much, you can bring your legs down early. So bring the left hip up to the wall as close as possible.
Okay. Let me figure out my mat first. The mat goes by the wall?
Yeah, if you're on carpet, you'll probably be okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you'll adjust the neck roll once you're lying down. So once you have your hip up to the wall as close as possible, you'll just try to swing your legs up, shimmy the legs up, and then get that rolled up part of the blanket underneath the neck to support it. And then, so the part that I wanted you to see, so here we'll have our legs up for a couple of minutes, but when I say go ahead and switch your legs, you're gonna either just bring knees down like this, or you can butterfly them open.
Okay.
Change in the middle if it gets to be too much, okay?
Okay.
All right. So go ahead and set up getting your legs up the wall. And if that roll is too big for your neck, you can make it smaller. Is that comfortable, or is your neck too?
It's good.
It is.
That feels pretty good.
You can have your hands on the belly just to focus on the breath and the rise and fall of the belly, or you can keep your hands to the side, or you can change in between. And once you're comfortable, you can go ahead and close the eyes. And if like I said, in the middle of it, you can even get rid of the neck support. Okay. So just begin to find the breath in this posture. Let the shoulders hang towards the floor. Notice the air moving through the body and the rise and fall of the belly. And when you do feel the sensations in the legs, know that you're doing a lot for your cardiovascular system by allowing the legs, or not having it work against gravity for a little bit. And find your stillness and continue to breathe. Go ahead and slightly separate the ankles and notice the sensation here. And this is something that actually works directly with the lymph nodes and clearing out and draining out the system. It's an immunity booster and all of that too. This is considered an inversion because your legs are above your head and your heart. Go ahead and bend the knees and either come into that butterfly pose or just feet flat on the wall, or both. You can start with the knees bent and then just drop the knees open and see how that feels. We are going to stay here for a few minutes, but know that good nutritious stuff you're doing for your body, even though this pose can be comfortable or uncomfortable at some times. Begin to deepen the breath. And to begin transitioning out of this posture, you'll take the hands to the outsides of the knees and close the knees back together. And the feet will be flat on the wall, and then you'll slowly roll onto your right side. Yep, and just fall there for a moment. And enjoy that coziness, isn't it? And this is your time, so you can take an extra breath or two there to back up. Yeah. Just make your way slowly. And give your legs a minute also to readjust. How do your legs feel coming out of that? Is it okay?
Good, yeah.
Good. Yeah, that's also anti-inflammatory. There's just so many good things for that, the legs up the wall.
Awesome. I'll have to do that every day.
Yes. So go ahead and re-roll your blanket nice and tight to make it into that bolster again. And we're going to put it back towards the top of the mat. And then I want you to take both of your pillows and put them towards the bottom of the mat. And for this one, we're going to be prone, so we'll be on our bellies. And you're going to have the bolster along the bottom of the ribs. So you'll just line up your ribs with the bolster, the bottom of the ribs, so it doesn't feel crushing. And just kind of adjust to a place where it feels comfortable. If you need it to be a little bit higher, that's okay too. And then you'll make a pillow with your arms, so you can rest your forehead on your hands. And then your feet are going to go up on the pillow. But I want you to put the soles of your feet together and widen your knees a little bit. So you're almost in like a frog pose, but not too much. So you're getting a little bit of a hip opener, and then the feet will be resting on the pillows. Are the pillows high enough for your feet?
Yeah.
Okay, good. And then rest your forehead on your hands, and you'll start to breathe here. If you feel like you're inhibiting your breath with the bolster, then roll the bolster a little bit lower. And then begin to settle in here as you get comfortable. As you feel the hips opening and softening towards the mat. Let the feet and the head be heavy. Soften all the muscles in the face. Let the cheeks hang forward. And feel supported. I think it's important that we feel extra supported right now. To know that you are supported. And fall into that. Follow the rhythm of the breath. Begin to deepen the breath. And as you exhale, sink a little bit more before you begin to slowly transition. You can separate the hands. Bring the feet down. Come to hands and knees, taking your time. And then slowly having a seat. Getting ready for our Shavasana pose. Do you have an extra blanket that you'd like to cover yourself up with during
Yeah.
Shavasana? My favorite thing to do, I mean, this is up to you, but my favorite thing to do is just to cover my whole head and everything. So it's dark and I feel like, you know, that's,
Okay.
yeah.
It is too light in here.
Okay. So we're going to support underneath the legs, under the knees once again. So you can do that with your rolled up blanket.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and put it under the knees. You can use your extra pillow on top, like we did in the beginning. That way you get a little bit more height. It lets the femurs sink into the back of the legs more, so you can release the lower back. And then the other pillow you can just use for your head. And then you'll take the blanket and just throw it over your body and adjust to yourself. And I'll give you a minute to settle. Be sure that the shoulder blades are flat on the mat. Nothing is crunched up as far as clothing. That may not seem to be bothersome now, but will end up feeling like a mountain under your body a couple minutes in. And we're going to do the 3 exhales. Inhale, exhale. So give me a thumbs, or actually you're covered. So you can just tell me when you're ready.
I'm good.
Okay. So take a deep breath in, filling the lungs. And then separate the lips and exhale through the mouth. Again, inhale. Exhale. And one more time. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Begin to flatten out all of the muscles in the forehead. Soften the eyebrows. And feel the eyes sink to the back of the head. Release the inner ears, the throat, and the collarbones. Release the upper arms, the elbows, the forearms, the hands and the fingers. Soften the ribs. And feel the navel drop to the back of the body. Release the upper legs. The knees. The lower legs. The ankles. And all the muscles and bones in each foot. Feeling nothing move, not using any muscles, just feeling the breath come and go. Focusing on that space between the thoughts. And just allowing yourself to be in this moment right now, exactly how you are. Allow your inhalations to begin to deepen. Begin to wiggle the fingers and the toes slowly. And then the ankles. Until you find yourself with the arms overhead, taking a nice long stretch. And then bringing the knees in one at a time. Rolling over onto your right side when you're ready. Staying here for a breath or two. Letting go of any extra stress or anxiety here in your Shavasana. This is the moment that we take the opportunity to be born again. Leaving the useless stuff behind and keeping the good stuff. Knowing that you can take this feeling you have right now with you through the rest of your day. Return to it again tomorrow or whenever you need it. And go ahead and slowly press yourself up into a seated position. Bringing your hands together in front of your heart. Thank you for letting me guide you tonight. The teacher in me honors and appreciates the teacher in you. Namaste.
Thank you.
I hope you have a good night.
You too.
Thank you.
Tomorrow will be better.
Tomorrow's a new day at least.
Yes. Thank you.
You can call me anytime you need me.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.